Sure. Mr. Smith?
Here.
Mr. Parsley?
Here.
Mr. McNeese?
Here.
Ms. Meeks?
Here.
Steve Glenn informed us he was not able to attend today.
Okay, as we start the meeting, we do want to wish Miss Meeks a happy birthday, so.
Thank you.
For the adoption of the agenda, we need to add reorganization, and, I can't even read my notes there.
Maybe you can't write
The-
either.
The first one.
Maybe. That's really good too.
I think I put Dennis on there, but he's on there. I saw Dennis when he's already on the agenda, so, with
So we
that,
have to do an election of officers, is that what you're saying?
Yes.
I make a motion, we keep, Tim Smith president, Greg Parsley vice president, and Steve Lynn secretary.
Second.
Have a motion and a second.
Speed this up.
Any, discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carries. Thank you very much. We did adopt the agenda. Are you good with the agenda with the addition of that? Everybody's good with the agenda?
Yes.
Financial report was emailed to you and is in your packet.
I don't think so.
We did not.
No,
I'll make
I
a
set
motion.
that up sorry.
That's okay. We have a motion and a second.
Yep.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carries. Financial report was emailed to you. It's also in your packet. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any questions? Justin, do you have anything to add at this point?
Would you like me to go over the potential for
Housing rehabilitation program.
I thought we were gonna do that under housing rehabilitation. Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carries. Approval of the minutes of the December 18th meeting minutes.
I'll make a motion, we approve those as they were sent to us.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any additions or corrections? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Residential TIF projects. I do have a question for JP, and I don't know if you know the answer to this or not, but has the drainage plan ever been filed for Broadway Place?
Yes.
Okay, so they're good to go at this point forward?
It's been filed and approved.
Yeah, I believe the drainage report has been submitted, approved. The PUD has been submitted to Colt, reviewed, accepted. I think all that's left for them now is all of the ordinances and things that have to be approved for the new PUD.
Do you know when that'll be
What's a
done?
PUD?
Planned urban development.
Planned urban development. That's how they went from switching to multiple lots to
I got you.
one lot. And inside that lot, you have to basically create your own bylaws, and then city council, area plan, there's a whole paragraph of approvals that they have to get, and that's all attorney work. Engineering is all done.
I'll reach out to Mark or Tony and see if they can come to our next meeting. I think it's time for an update there. Thank you, JP.
We haven't really seen any of them though, in the last couple of months, have we?
We have not, so we probably need it for sure on Oliphant. I do know that, and we can still ask them to come, but there's 2 new houses going up at DC Developers.
Correct.
So, I mean, they are moving along, or at least doing something that we can see. So, but I'll reach out to them as well, just to be there. Mark, housing rehabilitation program.
So I wasn't at the last meeting, but Steve and I have been texting back and forth, and I know that an agreement has been made with, or agreement has been agreed upon. It needs to be signed. I know Dave's done some work on that with Dalton. We have some financials that Justin's going to talk about now. And Tim, it's just awaiting your signature at this point, approval by us to have Tim sign it. We'll move forward at that point.
So can we vote on that today? today?
Yeah.
Do we have to wait?
We could vote on it, and Tim can sign it. Dalton can do it. Dave's got all the work done.
Do you wanna make a motion for that?
Sure, I'll make a motion that Tim signs the agreement with Dalton for the housing rehabilitation program.
A second.
Have a motion and a second. Any questions? All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries unanimously. Justin?
Good morning, everyone.
Good
Good to be
morning.
back again. So I did talk to Steve, I believe this was in late December, a little bit about the project. As far as from our conversation, it sounded like this project is going to be funded through the ARPA funds, and it's going to be about $1 million or so. If you guys look at page 10 of the financial plan, that's actually where I've allocated, or where I've put the tracking of these funds into. It's actually the contracts page that you guys may have seen in prior years. Right now, you'll see Myers Contracting and American Structure Point in green, and then there's a blue section that is designated to the downtown housing renovation program. So I have this set up right now into two different parts. The first blue one row that you see there with that $1 million there, that's a program as a whole. That's how much funds we are able to allocate to certain renovation projects. And again, this is from my understanding and my conversation with Steve. Is sort of the developer will come to the RDC. There's an agreement that's signed with X amount of dollars that is able to be allocated to the program, but individual projects within that program still has to be approved by the RDC.
That's correct.
So that $1 million that I have as just a number there, that'll change once I have exact numbers. That's the total amount that the program has available, right? The second line, you'll see funds allocated. That's how much the RDC would have passed whenever a project comes to your meetings. So let's say $30,000 for a renovation on Main Street. Once that is approved by the RDC, that will go into the funds allocated. But if no funds are spent, yes, because we know some of these projects could take a few months, that's what the next column is for. That's the funds spent. That's how much of total funds spent from the program has been completed. As for this is as of 1/12/2026. Obviously, there's nothing right now. Now, the second group down there at the bottom, that's per project. So again, $1 million for the program. Each project will have their own specific totals. So let's say project number one, like using my example, is $30,000. That's the total project available funds is $30,000. How much of that is spent? Let's say $20,000. That'll show there in that second column in the second section, and then whatever amount is remaining after that.
So how do we show, I guess that's one of the questions too, is how, our goal is to resell these things. At what point where, I guess you'll show it as an income on the balance sheet, as it comes back in and is attributed to project one, say we sell it, then it would go back into the general overall fund of that. Project one would be done, but we would show an individual amount, whether we lose money, make money, whatever it is on that particular project. How do you show the income coming back in?
Yes, so my question to that is, are all the parcels owned by the RDC?
Not yet.
Not yet. We don't own anything yet. We haven't identified, we're in the process of identifying properties that we would take on.
Okay, so I mean, that's the easy addition that I could add, where at the end of each project, I'll show a sales price on that, and so then we'll have total cost and total revenues for the RDC. That's something we could track here at the end. At the end, at the very bottom, you'll see total for all projects. So we'll be able to see what is the total cost that we've spent on all of these renovations, and how much we will have made out of it, right?
So, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
So Kathy and Dave, will that money that we hopefully make from the sale of a refurbished house be appropriated in the normal way? Is that how we would appropriate it, just like we would any other money the RDC gets?
Yeah, we'd have to, because it can't, most of the money we take back in various ways goes into a general fund basis,
General fund for,
The city?
the city, versus going into a non-rever, we would have to take that money back into a specific fund for this program.
so if we
need to take that to
spend,
the council, or we would set up a
We,
non-reverting?
we could, Kathy,
I can verify the exact mechanisms to do this, but we do have clients that, where they sell property, that money goes back to the RDC, but not to the same RDC fund.
Okay.
So you won't see that in your three allocation area funds. We'll have to set up a separate fund for property revenues, but the exact accounting behind that, I could verify that for the
Okay,
RDC,
thank
but.
you.
so how long do we have to use these funds?
The funds have to spend by the end of this year.
So we have to spend $1 million by the end of this year.
or be under contract for that, correct?
No, it has to be under contract.
And we're
Actually,
working
that's-
this isn't the same.
Yeah, it isn't the same now.
I
We've
take that
switched
back.
money.
Yes, that is, thank you, Mayor.
Yeah, we've switched it.
These are technically not ARPA funds anymore, even though they kind of were. So we do not have an end date
We
for
don't
them.
have an end date.
Really not $1 million, it's about 780, isn't it?
Yes,
Kathy?
the actual dollars.
It's only about 780.
780,000, is that what it is right now, or 700?
If we had to take part of it,
At the end of the year, we did a transfer and took it all out of the ARPA,
Yes.
so there is no money in ARPA,
right. But
So-
what did we transfer?
1.2 million.
Because some of that's
Remaining balance.
also for the trolley, but we had to
Yes.
take money for something and was going to get reimbursed, but then the state said, nope, we're not doing that, so it's
Yes, we have the emails
So
for
it's
that.
like
I have the exact numbers. It's more like 780. I think that is correct. So technically, there is no deadline for this, because it's technically not ARPA anymore. But because this is a city fund, we will have to appropriate for it. It's technically not an RDC TIF revenue fund. So we, just like if it was an ARPA fund, we would have to appropriate to spend out of the ARPA funds. Because this isn't technically an RDC TIF revenue, we will have to appropriate the spendings.
So the
Well, if
total
you
of,
could,
go ahead.
If you could, I'd like somebody to list the steps so that we can see what steps we need to do to pay those bills.
Yes.
And exactly how much money we have. Is it
yes.
$1 million? Is it 780?
Yes.
What is it? And I'd like to know where, if, let's say project one is $30,000.
Mm-hmm.
We finish it, we sell it for, I don't know, pick one, $60,000.
Mm-hmm.
And there's $30,000 left over. You're saying you can set up a fund for the RDC that then we can use that additional $30,000 to go to another project.
That's something that I've seen a lot of our clients do, where they do have property sales revenues that the RDC can use to spend. Yes.
So then in reality, that 780 could stay as 780 if we watch our money and figure out what we're doing here, and then we can continue this program,
Correct.
correct?
Yes.
Is that how everybody's understanding it?
That's correct.
And
But I agree with Tim, I think we need a step-by-step, this is what's gonna happen. And then
Yes.
this is where the money's gonna go.
yes,
Joe,
and
Kathy, and Dave, is that your understanding as well? That's what we're trying to accomplish, right?
Not exactly money laundering,
Nice.
and we'll work with Brandon and Trevor down in the CMR office on the appropriations
Okay.
for the money. So there's not going to be an issue there.
Yeah.
Any questions?
Any RDC member have questions, or?
I'm sure I will have more,
We will have lots of.
but once we get the steps, that probably will clear up a lot of things.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what it'll be like.
Yeah, but that's great, because we don't have to do all this in 26, we can continue to identify properties and continue to clean things
Because
up.
it's a slow process.
Well, yeah,
Yes.
Joe,
So
Kathy, or Dave, any questions? I mean, I know we're gonna have some going forward.
No, I would just say, as long as I'm being included, that way I can know where we're at in the process. I agree, the revolving loan fund is probably the best option. It gives us an easy way to track the money, and if
So can we put that principal in like a interest-bearing account, or no?
Put the 780,000?
Mhm.
Yeah, we can do that. We can put it in an interest-bearing account.
Yes,
Are you meaning opening a separate banking account from, because right now we do have an interest, all of our accounts are interest bearing. Would you want this to be a separate bank account?
I don't know. I mean, if we can get 4 or 5%
I guess that's true.
on money, I mean, that'd be a lot of money that we could continue to have in that account and try to just, I'm not saying just work off of the interest, but it would sure help.
Well, I mean, when I bond a project, I mean, the interest that I earn, but I take that and go elsewhere with
Sure.
those proceeds or monies. So,
Sure.
no, I think that could certainly be an option.
And it might be helpful to have the funds in a separate fund as well in the city's books, just so we could track it separately.
Right, because right now it is not, it was in the audit,
Yes.
I suppose, but this is
Yeah.
the money we're talking about.
Yes, that's right, we moved it. So, Justin, you and Kathy need to get together and discuss how that works.
Yes.
And Kathy has to be included in this, or we're gonna be in a lot of trouble along the way. So, that's it, that's all I got.
Okay, Justin, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So any other questions about, housing rehabilitation programs?
Not yet.
Not yet, not yet,
Okay.
there'll be a lot.
It's exciting. Mark and I
Yeah.
were just
Mhm.
Very
talking
much
this
so.
morning about some of the action that's going on in that neighborhood already, and I think this will just stimulate that.
If we
and,
can support
help.
that action, it'll help a lot.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
I think there's a story too, if as we track our spending, where we're spending our money, when we're spending it with local lumberyards and we're spending it with local contractors, talking about that, I think is a bit of promotion for the project as well.
Absolutely.
So,
Yep.
JP, Richard Bauer, anything on that?
You skipped one.
Yeah, nothing on
1150
Ridgeway in
Ridgeway.
Indiana.
Well, I'll come back to it, but
Okay.
I don't have a big update. The survey's been completed and they're getting started with design.
how big is that right away out there? Is it?
Yeah, and we just widened it for the water and sewer project,
Okay.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
That's it, that's all I have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll go back to Ridgeway, but Yocum's aren't here and we don't have the agreement. Oh, you do have the agreement, okay.
You have little faith.
I'm not gonna say that, by the way.
The first draft where we transfer the property to him, I gave him 2 years to complete, and once they divide it and build 2 houses, it's an ambitious project, and this is similar to what we did on other properties, he can look that over and see if the Gilkins agree with it.
On
Okay.
both properties, you're saying?
No, we don't have anything, go ahead.
It's one property, he intends to divide it and build 2 houses.
1150,
Ridgeway, we have not gotten a
Okay.
request for the
That's-
EDA
yeah.
on state, or,
Okay.
Indiana.
No,
This is just Ridgeway.
okay.
I will, get this scanned in and email it out to everybody, and then,
I have it on my phone.
very
Great.
good, thank you very much.
Well, we don't know anything on 1816 yet. Do we have
No.
anybody?
We had people call us about, it, but they have not reached out for an EDA, so.
Okay.
Any other old business?
I don't think so.
New business, Dennis Cortez, 2026 tree board request.
Thank you for adding it to your agenda. We planted 48 large caliber trees with last year's funding. We had a new program where we put signs out to try and gauge people's desire to have a tree. We only had a couple of people that did want to have their property values increased and their utility bills lowered and their neighborhood beautified. But we're going to try and work with those people a little bit more. One of them, a tree was planted, and they don't want. I think I'm going to try and convince her to give it a little while. They still have the fear that roots are gonna get into the water lines and the drain lines and, you know, destroy sidewalks, then those just simply aren't the trees that we're planting. You know,
When you say large gauge, what does that mean?
they're, you know, we try and get 3 and 4 inch trees now. Before we'd
Okay.
plant the smaller trees, and their survivability rate just dropped dramatically. One of the board members who's retired, Jim Wareheim, now, after the trees are planted, he goes back and will make sure the rings around them, and he gives watering tips to the homeowners around. He's really embraced his role within the tree board, to say the least, so. He didn't show up to the
Good
meeting and he
decision
got
there, I think.
volunteered, but, yeah, he's been a great asset to it, along with to try and involve the homeowners that were in the neighborhood, that the trees are going into, and reassuring them, you know, that it's not gonna be as disruptive as the old sugar maples. The old sugar maples down in the north end of town are some pretty big cottonwoods that were still out there, but there's some nice wide areas out there. You know, part of the revitalization, redevelopment, we wanna get redesignated as a tree city. So we're poised with the investment and the efforts that the city council and the tree board, have done. We're gonna reapply for that. We haven't been a tree city, since 2007, I believe. So, we're gonna file that this year and be redesignated that. You know, it's one more thing to add to grants and things, and we're also gonna look into more grants this year for urban forestry, so. I'm here naturally to ask for your support again, financially. You know, the elephant in the room. You know, if I could get two $10,000 stipends this year, one for spring planting, one for fall, that would be fantastic.
16, I think.
Did we give 16 last year?
Yeah. And if you wanna start off with 10 and see how I do in the spring, and I come back later in the year, that's fine too.
I see, we've got 16.5 allotted, I say. I'll make a
give or take.
motion for $16,500, to the Vincent's Tree Board.
Second?
Third. Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same, motion carries unanimously.
I
Thank
think
you.
I speak for the entire board, that we thank you for your support. It's one, as you know, some boards are not overly exciting and kind of thankless, but, in the end result, and over the next few years, as these trees really start to grow and flourish, there's gonna be a lot of neighborhoods that have that revitalization, kind of rebirth back to what neighborhoods should look like, so,
And
thank you
Dennis, I
for your
know the
support.
city council has a plan to plant a number of oak trees in honor of the 250th anniversary
Correct.
of the country, so, there's gonna be that as well. with
Yeah,
your
and
guys'
we
help.
actually have one of the first donors. We have some individual trees, we're gonna plant as specimen trees. Kurt Bushy and his wife have donated the very first tree that's gonna be planted on the grounds of the old cathedral. We're trying to pick places that have a high likelihood of still being here in 250 years. That's the lifespan of these oak trees. So thanks to Kurt and his wife for that first, and certainly the church for allowing us to plant that. So if anyone who happens to be watching this, or you know of a place that you think would be a good location for one of those specimen trees, in a location, a historic location that has that high likelihood of still being here, I'd welcome that. You know, I'm pretty easy to find on the internet, or my cell phone's on the internet too, so.
Just show up at the Y.
You can just show up at the Y, call me, send me a letter, telegraph, whatever. And we're also gonna put a grove, hopefully one or if not two groves of oak trees out on the rendezvous grounds. So that'll help with the tourism side of things too, and provide kind of maybe some shade on a sunny day at the rendezvous and the other activities that go on out there, so, yeah. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Approval of claims in the amount of $33,798.93.
I move to approve claims as read.
Second.
Motion and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. RDC member miscellaneous. Our next meeting is February 19th at 9 a.m. here at City Hall. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second. Tim, I don't.
We are adjourned. Thank you.